Dallas Cowboys Game Night is presented by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Cowboys. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
In their first game of the season, the Cowboys put up 35 points, hold the Giants to just 17 in their season opener, moving to 1-0 in the division and for the season. Welcome into Cowboys Game Night. I'm Lindsay Draper, joined by Nate Newton. It's always great to be with Nate. We'll be with you all season long here on Cowboys Game Night. Ezekiel Elliott back in the mix. It's surprising, Nate, that he wasn't the star. 4 other touchdowns from 4 other guys tonight, but still great to have him back out there.
Great to have him back. He had 13 carries for 53 yards, 1 touchdown. 10 was the longest that he scored from inside the red zone. He had 1 catch for 10 yards. What Zeke impressed me about was he picked up a couple of blitzes. Now, he was shady on a few, but he picked up a couple of blitzes. He did what he had to do, and the coaches kept him at a snap count, but you can tell he was raring to go at the bit.
All right, let's go out to Brad Sham, who has Ezekiel Elliott. Let's hear more from them at AT&T Stadium.
Lindsay, thank you. Everyone was looking forward to the return of Ezekiel Elliott, and of course, just his presence allowed the Cowboys to put up 35 points. How'd you feel?
I felt great out there. The coaches wanted to make sure, they didn't give me too tough of a workload today, and just kind of ease me back in and see where I was. But we came out there clicking on all cylinders as an offense, and Dak lit it up. The receivers had great games, and we did our thing.
Yeah, Dak did light it up, but Babe pointed out, and one of the things, frankly, we like best about watching you play is the things you do when you don't have the ball in your hands. You had a pickup block on a touchdown pass without the block. The pass doesn't get thrown. Can you talk us through that play, and then talk a little bit about the pride you take in blocking?
So on that play, how they showed the pressure weak. The guy actually didn't come, but another guy came around the corner, so luckily I was there to pick him up. But definitely blocking is something that I take pride in. They taught me at Ohio State. Everyone can be special with the ball. A lot of guys can be special with the ball, but what really is going to separate you is what you do when the ball's not in your hand. And I did all right today. I had a couple good ones, but I had a couple bad ones. I got some work to do, but that's just from being away from ball. And but I'm excited. Keep working, getting better, and getting back in the groove.
And Zeke, obviously missed training camp. You're working out in Cabo, but nothing can duplicate what you go through a training camp and that progression. So how was your win today? How'd your legs feel? All the above.
My win felt really good. My legs felt really good. I wasn't into that groove. I need to play a lot more ball. I need to play some more ball so I can get into it. But we definitely came out and did all right today. But I got a lot of things I can improve on.
Do you have an opinion about how? You've had 3 years of knowing how the season starts going. Will it take a couple of weeks for you to feel like you're on a roll in football terms?
Well, let me just stop you right there, Brad. We don't have a couple of weeks. He's got to be ready in Washington, okay?
I'm giving you a couple of weeks.
We came out and dominated today, but it's the first week of a long season. So we just got to make sure that we go on in the film room, see where we can improve and get better week by week.
Okay, very good. We appreciate your time, and congratulations on the T-shirt and the donation to the Salvation Army. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
That's Ezekiel Elliott. Lindsay, back to you.
All right.
Thank you, Brad. Great to see Zeke just back.
Yes,
smiling like he is all ready to be here. We're taking a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear from the man who put them all in position to do great things. New offensive coordinator Kellen Moore is around the corner.
This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. It's your ticket for a chance to win big.
Cowboys game night continuing here from the Star in Frisco. Nate Newton with me. You played a long time on the Cowboys offensive line. You've seen a lot of great offense, but really when we get down to it, what did you see tonight with what Kellen Moore was able to create with those guys? He
allowed his offense to be created to defend the whole field, horizontally and vertically. And that's what you had to do. We had up the middle with Witten. We had it to the outside with Michael Gallup. We had it to the outside with Amari Cooper. We had it up the middle with Zeke. We had it everywhere. You have to deal with the whole field when you deal with Kellen Moore.
All right, we like what we see. Let's send it out to Brad Sham and hear more.
Lindsay, thank you very much. We are here with the latest candidate for whatever political office he wants to hold, Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. This would be the time for you to go. When you drew up the way you imagined the first game going, did it go this well?
Yeah, I think we had a lot of success. I think we were fortunate. We were kind of able to get into a groove there. Started maybe a little slow, ended a little slow, but in the middle, I think we got into a great spot, and we were attacking and executing really well.
Kellen knows this, Brad, but all the Loffenberg boys were mad at him because we wanted to see him play. I really thought he could, and now I'm not so mad anymore. Brad had talked to you during the week about butterflies. We get butterflies, and you said, you always get a little bit. But yeah. So how did it feel today going into this game?
Yeah,
calmer than you thought?
No, I think it's naturally get butterflies. I think that's part of the process. It probably feels a little weird if you don't have butterflies, but I think once you kind of get into the groove of the game, you get comfortable, and you're so occupied with other stuff, you're just rolling.
You got two guys wide open down the middle of the field off of little play action. The one Dak kind of double pumped. I think it was to Jarwin. Yeah. I don't know if he thought, did he think somebody must be back there that I don't see?
I think he said either the ball was wet or his hand was wet.
Okay.
He literally, I think he shot putted it out there because it was too open.
It did not spin real well.
Yeah, it found a way. Everyone will remember it as a touchdown only.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so now the next question we're all going to get asked is, how much of your vast playbook have we seen now?
Yeah, I think you just build on it each and every week, and so you got to watch this, see what things we had success on, how can we complement those things as we go and move forward, and then obviously our personnel can dictate some things that we can do down the road as well.
And Dak just looked like he was in control of everything today. How impressed were you with his performance?
Yeah, he was awesome. I think he really got comfortable probably that second drive after that touchdown to Blake, and he just has such a great command and feel for everything. I think everyone's really excited, and everyone has that confidence level up there when he's out there playing for us.
And I had to laugh a little bit because he kind of took Witten's touchdown there because Coach Nussmeier said he was giving Witten a blow because he wasn't anticipating that coming. So walk us through that.
I think sometimes you get in moments where a play happens and you get into certain positions, certain field positions that's the particular play you want, and sometimes it takes all game, it takes multiple games to get to that look. You just kind of got to be patient, and it happened to present itself right there.
A couple of plays that Gallup made that were really unusually good. Play one ball a little bit behind him, and his escape ability. Is that something that you then factor in to the plays that you put in during the week when you see a guy make plays like that?
Yeah, MG's been doing great. Really big on third downs, I think, today. Just a number of those. Tough catch early to kind of get us in the groove, get us a critical third down, and then he made some big-time plays down the stretch as well.
All right, last one. I don't know if you're going to be like every other coach I've ever known who swears that he pays no attention at all to what's written or said, but you know how much conversation there has been about you coming into this role in this offseason. Do you think it was way too much is made of that, or do you understand it?
No, I mean, you got to have something to talk about. And so, we got a lot of guys back, a lot of pieces that we feel really good about. And, maybe that was one of the aspects that were new. But I feel like we're in a really, really good place, and we're excited to kind of keep building on this thing and see where it takes us.
All right, so 40 points next week then, right?
We'll see.
Kellen Moore, thank you. Appreciate it. Back to you, Lindsay.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brad. Kellen Moore's smart. He's not giving too much information there.
No, he don't need no bulletin board material, man.
Exactly.
He's short. I mean, not in height, but in his answer.
In his answers, yes. All right, coming up next, we are going to hear from who Nate says is one of the most physical players on this defense and needs more attention and recognition for it. Next up here on Cowboys Game Night.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Play the Dallas Cowboys scratch ticket today. It's your ticket for a chance to win big. This segment is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back into Cowboys Game Night from the Star in Frisco. When you talk about the Cowboys defense on the line, they have some players that are easing their way back into things, maybe not as dominant as usual, but one player you had your eye on, Nate, You think he could really do some big things for this defense this season?
Yes, he's our slot player, Jordan Lewis. This dude can straight up ball. He's physical. He comes up and tackles. He covers very well, especially in the slot. And I'm telling you, Cowboys, do not let this kid walk away from us. He's in his 3rd year. He's a great slot player.
This is your PSA right now.
Yeah. He is nice, and he is physical.
All right, let's hear more. Brad Sham?
Lindsay, thanks. It was a day that the offense got a lot of the headlines, but defensive plays in a game like this are made that set the offense up. Jordan Lewis has been making them all summer, and he carried that into the game today. So congratulations on the game. Tell me, first of all, how did the defense feel as a group about the result and the way the game went?
I mean, we came out strong. I mean, they came out and kind of hit us, but we came out and we, I guess we weathered the storm. We came out and had a good second half. And then I feel like, Coach talked about it. I'm pretty sure he's going to talk about it later. I mean, we didn't finish the game. I feel like we could have finished the game way better than we did. We gave up 7 points at the end of the game, and I feel like we could have kept those points off the board. So, I mean, we just got to keep going and see what we can improve in.
One of the things that I thought was most impressive, Babe and I have talked about it during the summer, was you and Cheeto particularly playing on the ball in close quarters. You made another terrific play, saved a lot of points down at the goal line today. Walk us through that breakup, and then what's the key? What is the key to playing tight quarters like that without fouling?
Just understanding what they like to do. I mean, a lot of the times, it's an offensive league now, and the game is predicated on scoring points. So understanding that you got to be prepared to prevent that is definitely key, and understanding that you got to go out there and play your technique. So I feel like preparing and understanding what they want to do and how they want to beat you is definitely number one.
And Jordan, you have 53 guys on the active roster. You have to cut it to 46 on game day. I'm watching Michigan Army yesterday. I'm thinking if Army wins, they may have to deactivate Jordan.
Yeah.
So you may not be in a good mindset.
Scary. I mean, Army is actually really good, man. I feel like all of the naval academies are, it's crazy, man.
So you were watching?
Air Force gives you a hard time. It's just like that triple option is pretty crazy. So I'm glad we came out and prevailed, as we should have, but it was a tough one.
Of interest to only us, those wide splits still kill me. Between the center and the guard and the tackle, they're about 6 feet between them.
Man, oh my goodness, it's hard. It's a boring game for the corners. I'll tell you that.
Well, when you look at this thing here too, how much more comfortable are you? It's one thing people talk about year 1 to year 2, but at some point you start to say, I've seen all this stuff one time before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like just being more comfortable and understanding that, where you fit in the role. I mean, you understand the defense, the year before, but understanding how he wants you to play and where he wants you to play, I mean, that definitely helps. So, I mean, just understanding what he wants from me and, going out there and executing is definitely, definitely helps.
And the conjecture was that it was harder maybe for you to do that than some of the other guys because you don't have the physical build necessarily that apparently Coach Richard would draw up in a lab. But you have played up to that. Did you have a little further to go just in his eyes to earn his confidence?
I mean, I can always improve. There's always room to improve. But, I mean, I feel like, from last year, I just feel like I got more comfortable in the defense. And I feel like that was the main difference. I don't think it was about, I got shorter guys or anything like that. It's just being understanding what he wants from me and understanding, how I execute that.
Jordan Lewis is playing like the guy they thought they were drafting. Lindsay, back to you.
Yes, Brad, you are so right about that. And I've heard from, Barry Church is up here a lot, and he says they play so much dime now, and that's when Jordan Lewis can shine. So hopefully we get to see more of him.
He's a baller. He's a baller.
That's all Nate has to say about it. He is a baller. We got one more baller for you guys coming up next on Cowboys Game Night. 100-yard game for the young Michael Gallup. We'll hear from him next.
This segment was brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
One of the most improved wide receivers on this Cowboys offense and could have a huge, huge impact on the way this team plays this season is Michael Gallup, his first career 100-yard game. Let's talk with him and Brad Sham and the gang.
Lindsay, thank you. Here's one of the men of the hour. It was a great day for the Cowboys offense. It's a career day for Michael Gallup, catches and yards. We were just joking about the fact, obviously, the quarterback doesn't like you very much because everybody else got a touchdown, but you. But I thought that you made a couple of plays. There was a big first down. I think it was on the long one where you had to reach behind you and then break a couple of plays. I want to know how much different, better, comfortable you feel in year 2 than you did last year.
Oh, there's a whole different feeling to me. coming into this locker room today, I was excited. I was ready to go. Last year, I was pretty nervous coming into the locker room every time. Today I was just ready to get it going.
Dak targeted you 7 times, and you had 7 receptions. So why not just throw to you on every play, and the ball would never hit the ground, right?
I understand that, but, my motto is if I'm going to eat, my whole team's going to eat, and that's what they did today. We had a fun time out there today.
And, Michael, I said at the end of last season, you could just see you kind of getting a little better game by game. You just saw these little nuances in your game. You had a great training camp, but sometimes that happens, and then the guy goes the other way, and you say, no, seriously, he was really improving. But you took that training camp improvement and took it to the field today. So how did you do that?
I would definitely say just, being anxious, ready to go, being consistent today, getting low in my routes, making sure I was where I needed to be. And then also that connection in the offseason that me and Dak got going. We had a good time in the offseason. We were just, picking each other's brains, where we were thinking we were going to be or anything like that. So I think our connection in the offseason really helped us today.
The public is asking us, what is it about Kellen Moore's offense? Why has he got this job? What's he going to do? So you're playing in it. What is it that he does that puts you guys in good positions?
Man, I think it's just what you said. He's putting everybody in positions to win. You could see Coop outside one play, and then he'll be in the middle one play. Same thing with Cobb. He can line up outside. We had him at Wildcat at one point. And then the same with me. You can put me in the inside or outside. You can also put Zeke out there. So just changing people around, not normal for a defense to see that. So I think him coming in here and recognizing that has been good for us.
And it did seem like today, Michael, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, every route you caught was an in-breaking route where you got to deal with a safety that wants to knock your head off. And you want to tell Kellen, we can do those comebacks and out routes where I just catch it and go out the sideline, right?
Last year, though, that was actually mine and Dak's weakest, link that we had. Me coming on an in-breaking route. It was either over my head or under, or I just dropped it. For us to get that connection, it just helps us out a lot more. I can make sure that, if we do have an out route or anything like that, I can capitalize on that and also go inside.
The deep fades in the corners, though, that can keep you out of harm's way. And he's proved he can throw the ball to you. Congratulations. Great way to start the year.
Thank you, Michael. Nice job.
Here's Michael Gallup. Back to you, Lindsay.
Thank you, Brad. All smiles for Michael Gallup. We're going to take our final break. When we come back, Nate and I will tell you about why you need to be at the Star when the Cowboys are away next week.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night was presented by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing. Reliant, an NRG company. U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Choose VA today. And by NFL Game Pass. You'll never miss a game again. Enjoy full access to coaches' film and game replays from Week 1 to the Super Bowl. Subscribe at DallasCowboys.com/Game Pass.
All right, Nate, as we get set for Washington this next week, do you expect a repeat of what we saw? I know the Giants' defense were a little young and maybe beat up by the end of the game.
I think the front seven of the Redskins is awesome. They're young, got 2 Alabama kids in the middle. They got a nice outside rush. They're going to be ready. They got Geis as a running back, so they're going to try to control the ball and keep our offense off the field. So if they can do that, it's going to be a dogfight. It's also the NFC East, so Redskins will be prepared to play us.
Oh, they will, and it would be huge for the Cowboys to start off 2-0 in the division.
Oh, yeah, they'll be one up on the Washington Redskins because they'll be at home. Let's go in there, hey, with your hard hats on, and let's take this thing.
And you guys need to come out to the Star. We are having a huge watch party during the game out on the Tostitos Championship Plaza. Nate will be there. I'll be there. Come out and hang out. It's going to be a great time. Official watch party. Thank you all for tuning in to Cowboys Game Night. We'll see you next week and every week after the Cowboys play.